Almost don't want to believe it, but I guess we'll find out. They're so quick today. Yeah, they are starting immediately. Like, it's because I think these games are from replay for whatever reason. But obviously that's kind of rough for us because it just means I don't have time to run breaks and stuff, so apologies. If you get caught up in amongst some ads and the game's going on. I gotta make some money, guys. Subs have been slow lately, gotta pound the ad revenue when I can. Alright, guys. Prince bottom right and Maru top left. First probe is already going across the map, so we'll see what the heck Prince tries to do here to pick up this win. Can you imagine Team GP get another win on the board by taking down Team NV, taking down Maru in an ace match? It almost seems like it's impossible, but this team just keeps on making crazy things happen, and even getting to an ace for this matchup, I think is really quite impressive, you know? It's a forge. It's a cannon rush. Maru famously lost to a cannon rush of Firefly in the World Team League Season 1 playoffs. Once upon a time. SCV went out on the map. This probe over here comes through, but obviously there's another probe. And it's going to be the one building the cannons to start us off. So probes on the low ground. We're going to pylon block the ramp. And the SCVs will start to pull against that probe. So we are cannon rushing Maru to try and win this game. In we go. As we are just going to be seeing the setup going on. Yeah, guys, I don't think the photo is the right photo on the camera slot, but don't worry about that. The cannon rush is happening. We've got better things to talk about than being the wrong player picture. As a couple cannons finishing up, going to start dealing some damage to the depot. So the depot going to take some shots here. Obviously, the bunker coming up. The problem is if you can get cannons on this high ground. I mean, obviously, cannons on the high ground is not easy because you've got a Marine out. You've got, obviously, SCVs here. He's going to get to the other side. He's going to get multiple cannons building. Okay, the Rack's taking damage too. Two Marines trying to chase down the probe. We get one more cannon building. Both Marines have taken a shot of damage so far as well, so that's going to hurt them a lot. He does lose the probe, but he's got another probe ready, and a lot of cannons are going to be up in this main base in a moment or two. Another pylon going down is recognized here as Maru the weakness. Oh my god, the SCVs just sniped down that probe. That probe just died. They're now trying to target down the cannon, but Maru's just going to evacuate. He's going to try and make a great escape here, as he is going to attempt to get out, but there's cannons on this ramp as well. I mean, we're going to start building units in the corner. Oh, the wall-off to force the SCVs through the cannons. Tower defense mode. We're going to be seeing a bunch of SCVs going down. Maru only has 9 workers left, evacuating out of his base. He's trying to build a factory up in the corner so he can get some tech going. His 2 gateways start from Prince back at home. Obviously, these cannons don't mean much right now, while Maru will be able to restart mining, but he's going to be essentially starting the game off of 9 workers versus 18. Obviously, he already has a rack, so the fact he's going to have a factory coming up is really, really important for him. Like getting a factory up already is really, really valuable. I think that's going to be extremely important. Oh my god. He's probe pulling! He's just pulling the probes! Oh my goodness, what's he gonna do? He's just gonna go for the SCVs? I mean, if the Reaper gets out though, right? He's probe pulling because he knows he has more workers than Maru! Oh my god, but there's mules and there's a Reaper coming up on the factory and there's a factory. I mean, what the hell is going on? There's a Zealot building. Oh no, there's a Reaper! What do you do about the Reaper? Oh my god, like... We're just gonna recall home! Oh my god. Hellion and a Reaper will start to deal some damage. Grenade going down. This cannon's about to finish. That'll help out a little bit. Where's the Zealot at? Is the Zealot across the map dealing some damage, by the way? I'm not 100% sure where the Zealot is. Yep, it's killing the mule off. Oh my goodness. So that's just happening during this as well. Meanwhile, probes are still dropping. There is trouble to be had. Oh my goodness, guys. We are having some fun with this ace match for sure. As we are going to be seeing 8 probes dead. I mean, the Hellion can just fight from so far away. That's why it was kind of crazy to pull the probes. Imagine you just already have stalkers and stuff set up. Like, I love the idea if Maru wasn't able to build anything, but when Maru can build something, this just feels silly, right? And now, he can't mine gas because the Reaper and the Hellion have been stopping him. And without the gas mining, yeah, I mean, that's where you've really let this all fall apart. Like, if you just had gas mining, it's a completely different situation. As another Zealot shows up across the map, by the way. So another Zealot to come and check things out. Gets another couple SCV kills. This is still 7, 8 SCVs to 13, 14 probes. Just going to be seeing the Hellion actually went down, right? So that's actually kind of a neat pick-off as well. 4 SCVs dead. I mean, Maru is still down on supply here, despite everything else that's going on. Still just trying to harass from afar. Probes still have to pull back. We're finally building a Stalker that can properly deal with a lot of this pressure that has been non-stop up until now. So that's finally coming up as well. My freaking goodness. Okay, well, guys, 17 to 9 probes. Stalker's building now. Can you get enough units up for to make a difference? These 2 Marines are still just stuck in the main, by the way. So keep that in mind whenever you're looking at the army supply here. Oh, this one Stalker's just kind of on its own. Run to the cannons, buddy. Run to the cannons. I didn't realize he had a gateway up over here as well. I did see him build 2 gateways, but I didn't really think where that one was, I suppose, you know? I was just going to see these couple of Marines in some trouble. A tech lab on the factory, though, and you can see the Stalker's like, I am in some deep, deep doo-doo. As it tries to retreat away from the Hellion and a couple of Reapers. The Stalker going up the ramp, did it just die? I don't know what just happened on the ramp of Maru's original main base. There's an SCV over there, a depot. I think the Stalkers just went up and killed the Marines that were in that main base is all. Maru's actually supply blocked. He's probably not had to think about building depots for such a long portion of this game now. As the Cyclone is about to pop out. That's going to be a game changer. As we start up a Twilight Council here as Prince. 31 to 25 supply Stalkers against the Cyclone just can't win this fight. And that's where Prince is going to lose another big important unit. In fact, maybe even 2. And this is why everything that Prince has done, it would have just been so much better if he just built everything. You know what I mean? What if he just took his worker lead, built up like Blink and Stalkers right away? He wouldn't have had to put up with any of this pressure. He probably would have just won the game. You know what I mean? Like, the pro pull was crazy. It was fun, but actually, it was so costly. A Dark Shrine on the way up. I mean, I love the Dark Shrine against a 1-base Terran player. It's an amazing choice. You just need to be able to defend right now. You can't let this Terran army do too much to your base. Otherwise, it's going to be a disaster. Obviously, DTs will be able to come in from the top left side. And all you have to do is trail DTs in one at a time. And that's going to basically force Maru to get a Raven, right? But he has no starport. I guess, obviously, you can get a turret, an engineering bay, and then get a turret up. But he's not really set up for that just yet either, so... Well, maybe DTs will be the next stage of this. Is this going to be enough? Wrong Reaper around the back just again. Maru being so annoying. Did that Reaper see the Dark Shrine? He did, but did he realize it's a Dark Shrine? Right, they're seeing it and realizing it. As Stalkers are going to kill off the Reaper. Oh, no, 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 no! Kill the Reaper! Please kill the Reaper. Oh my god, this DT Shrine has been seen. I mean, the more he sees it, the more obvious it becomes. He starts a starport now. Do you guys think that's in response? I don't know how much energy you have as Maru here. Can we go up a tiny bit, Observer? I think he's got at least 1 scan, if not almost 2. I believe. Stalker's making movements onto the map. Obviously, Dark Shrine is done. We've got 2 scans available. First DT gets evaporated. Yeah, factory's just going to make its way to the side. Let that starport get a Raven out. Right idea. Oh, that DT Shrine being seen is kind of crazy. Obviously, we're still up a base right now as Prince. You just need to make sure you've got the units to outdo a big Terran push. Like, the worst thing that can happen to you right now is you just get pushed off one base Terran and you just die, and that would be kind of a silly way to lose this game. But that's absolutely how you're going to lose this game if it's going to happen, because you've got a base now. Again, Prince could have done so much of this so much sooner. As Maru has... I mean, Maru's army is genuinely terrifying. Like, I actually think Maru's army is amazing. More Stalkers warping in with Blink. I mean, the Blink Stalkers are absolutely the right idea, though, because they can stop this army coming across the map at you for a long time, or at least they can get a lot of free kills. So it's the perfect idea. Blink ain't done yet, so you got to be somewhat careful as you press in here. You don't want to walk in range of the siege tanks like that. Okay, only loses one Stalker. That seems okay. Reaper coming back in. How many times have these Reapers just shown up and been so annoying? That's kind of crazy, right? Gets another probe kill as Maru will realize that soon he has to get going. Oh, command center cancelled. That's big. Stalkers in the main base do catch that as now Maru's going to try and expand next to his original base relocation position. I mean, whatever that is. That's kind of an ongoing thing as well. We are just going to be seeing our Stalkers continuing around and continue to see what is going on. I mean, this reactor coming up on the starports. These Stalkers coming in from the side, going to pick away at one SCV. Third Nexus now dropping down. Well, I mean, Stim's on the way up from Maru as well, so we really do, as Prince, just need to make sure we're keeping this in a macro game, right? And charge +1 is the right kind of idea. He is kind of setting himself up correctly against a Terran that doesn't have a second base yet. It's going to be always awkward for Maru because his base is not designed to be a main base. He's not designed to have production around there, as there is a lone Hellion now killing probes. How has Maru just had so many singular units showing up and just getting so much damage, just chipping away at probes all game long? I'm terrified about this tank count with Stim support if you don't have the right amount of units to deal with this. Prince needs to make sure, I mean, 5 extra gates is the right idea. Looks like Maru's going to go left for his expansion. So he's going to expand over to this left-hand side. Obviously, Prince should just keep expanding. If Maru's not going to attack, you expand. If he attacks, you just make sure you've got the unit count. Prince moving up the right. Observer comes forward here, is going to want to be careful because there's obviously the Raven nearby. You need to stay out of range of that. You don't want to have to replace the Raven, right? This is the, sorry, replace the Observer, not the Raven. Do you think Prince ever just decides to attack, guys? It's terrifying against the tank count, etc., but I can kind of imagine it in a way with, you know, the amount of zealots and just units you can warp in soon. It's got to be something of a feature. Oh my goodness, well, what a ridiculous game we're getting into as these few probes just mining away. Just going to see a few additional zealots warping in on that third base as well. A couple of mules will drop down on the third also. So all of that just continues up as we're just going to be seeing the... yeah, actually kind of an interesting choice to expand to the left side. Because I suppose you can maybe harass that from the high ground as well as Prince, because you have a warp-in pylon over there, remember? I guess that's maybe what that siege tank is for, and I believe there's something providing vision up on that high ground too. Solid Stalker coming across the map. He's up 11 workers here. He's up a base. I don't mind him fighting this position, because honestly the tanks are so spread out to defend the right-hand side as well. We're going to blink forward and get that tank in the background. Prince is taking a reasonable fight so far. Stim Marines are scary, though, and you do have to respect those, but he's stopping the natural expansion from mining. Killing a couple of depots. Absolute chaos right now as Maru is having to retreat from his third base location, which was an attempt to be a second base for him this game, back through the fourth base, which is his main right now. On a bio army that does have Stim and combat shield, Storm is on the way. Storm is on the way, and obviously that's going to be a big little something in this, you know, in terms of the splash damage available here. So that is a big deal. Zeld gets blown up right away. Just going to be seeing the tanks on sieging bottom side. A 4th Nexus building as Maru struggles to take base 2. Plus 1 upgrades each. And a few more Zealots. Uh-oh. Maru's moving out, though. I mean, this is where Prince should actually look to take a fight. He's got a couple units in that Prism. He feedbacks the Raven, though. Oh, I was wondering where that Widowmine was going. Nowhere too substantial. The Widowmine gets killed as well, so it's not going to stay alive for a second time around. We blink in. Zealots do take the Widowmine shots. Not the craziest. And I think this is fine for Prince as long as you're stopping Maru from pushing across into a siege position. I think this is okay for you. Send a few Zealots to that top right-hand side. Deny that mine just a little bit. The only problem with fighting the top right-hand side is you don't want to end up cornered in, right? And I think that's exactly what Maru will go for. If he swings to the right now, he could corner this army in, but maybe he can't because, I mean, Prince can just come in and surround this. He's going to blink forward. He's got Storms, but where's he going to drop the High Templar to Storm? Storms in the buy units. Maru is counterattacking. His Widowmines get rid of a few more Zealots, but Maru's supply is dropping. 60 supply left against the 107. Is this really happening as the buy units will get rid of the 3rd base of Prince, but Maru has no units over here, so his main base is going to be gone. All of his production is here as well. Maru types GG. Team GP get the 4-3 victory from 0-3 down. Sham wins a mat. Oh my god, the only undefeated team in the league anymore is Shopify Rebellion because Team NV